family back home told me, never overstay your welcome. And then I told them I'll be doing stand-up comedy, so they said, oh, there's no need to overstay. You're never welcome. They're really on the fence with me. It's not just because of comedy, it's because I came to Cambridge to study a subject called land economy. And they have no idea what that is. And quite frankly, neither do I. I really just came here for the first word there. I feel like I get away with not knowing anything. Like if anyone asks me, what is land economy? I just say, well, it's intricate and nuanced. And they stop asking. It's like they think I'm a complicated thesis or something. I have nothing else to say. But you know, I come to the UK, I work hard, and I stay in my lane. No, seriously though, I really do stay in my lane because one of these days I'm gonna get hit by a cyclist here. No, guys. I mean, for people in England who cycle, do you get brownie points or something for knocking people down on your way to work? For Halloween, I dressed up as a British cyclist. I wore t-shirt, tracks, and a blindfold because I'm not looking where I'm going. I had a really bad incident with a cyclist here. So for context, when I first arrived in the UK, I kind of wanted a post-breakup haircut. It was a really tough breakup from my parents because I told them I'll be doing stand-up comedy. So I go into the hair salon, I point at a photo of a celebrity. Now what I don't realize is that the hairdresser thinks I'm pointing at the little brother in the photo. So I'm getting the haircut, I'm so excited, haircut's over and she's like, oh my god, you look like royalty. And I said, yeah, but did it have to be Henry V? So I'm walking to class one day with this Henry V mullet. A swarm of cyclists pass by me, and behind me, on the pedestrian walk, is this old British guy on a bicycle, and he screams, "Move, you Cornwall bloke." Was Henry V the Cornwall bloke? And I'm like, what? And he says, oh, blimey, I'm gobsmacked, you're a lady. Look, guys, I can understand British slang, but blimey, gobsmacked, I'm not Shakespeare. And at this point, he's fuming because I'm not getting out of the way, so he screams, oh, bloody hell, are you gonna be hanging around here? I was like, that's rich, coming from the people who bloody hung around the subcontinent for 300 years. Henry V put through the trauma, the mullet was shaking. But clearly there was a lot of mistrust, right? Mistrust from my end, mistrust from old British guys. But see, the mistrust that old British guys had for immigrants was mistrust that led to Brexit. And the mistrust that led to Brexit was mistrust that led to Liz Truss. I mean, right? A lot of people say ever since Brexit, the UK's been on its way to being a third world country. I'm just not homesick anymore. But I'm trying to assimilate, I'm trying to embrace local phrases, cheerio, bonkers. But I'm really trying to sink in the word mate. You know, it's so commonly used. Like, cheers, mate, sorry, mate, alright, mate. But I've realized that phrases like cheers, mate, and sorry, mate are just ways for British people to say, look, I know I started the small talk, I really don't want this conversation to go on. Yeah, British people hate getting in anyone's business. Like in Cambridge, someone asked me, morning, how's your day? I was like, not too bad, really missing my family, tough being away from home. Got any advice for that? And he was like, sorry, mate. Like, this was not a two-part conversation. I ask, you answer. What is this, reverse Uno? Yeah, we don't do that here. But I guess that was the best way to talk to people there. But the best way to talk to Londoners? Don't. Crush your soul. But I've got some time, I can talk about life. Sometimes I feel like I'm a reverse atheist. It's not like I don't believe in God, I just don't think God believes in me. Like I got mugged at Aldi. Guys, you go to Aldi because life has already mugged you. So broke, the prolific words of Louis Theroux, my money don't jiggle jiggle. My money don't exist. What the hell do I do that excellent round? And I'm not just broke, I've gone berserk. Like at the store, my card got declined and the cashier was like, move. And I was like, it's all right, mate. Just gave it a good old shake. Like I was going to revive the card or something. Like it was one of those Heinz ketchup sachets. And now there's still something in there, you know, because of inflation. And then I tapped and the cashier was like, sorry, mate. I was like, cheers, mate. Declined again. And then the cashier said, that's checkmate. That just hurt me. But a lot of people say it's comedy, describe your love life. I mean, if I had to describe my love life, I describe it like this beautiful Persian cat my mom got me. Just like that Persian cat, my love life is so dead. Just really doesn't exist anymore. But I feel like I don't care. I've become so averse to love. I mean, I'm not critical of it. I don't mind when couples exhibit public displays of fights. You know, I love a good old verbal brawl. You know?